Hi everyone, this is Anita Hudson, and this is my final oral exam for multicultural gifted education. The two objectives that I think I have really mastered this semester are recognizing prejudice and oppressive institutional structures in education that marginalize gifted students from culturally diverse backgrounds and demonstrating cultural competence in working with students from diverse backgrounds. Um, with the first one, recognizing prejudice and oppressive institutional structures in education, I realized when I first started working in Georgia about 6 years ago that the number of minorities in gifted education did not match the number of minorities in the overall school population. Um, the very first school that I worked at when I got here, there were it was the school was largely African American. However, when you looked into the classrooms of the gifted classrooms, you saw mostly white students. There were very few minority students in there, and if they were in there, and then it was because they were teachers' children and were given preference to those classes. That's where their parents wanted them to be. So they weren't necessarily gifted; they were just traveling with the gifted bunch because, of course, they're supposed to be well behaved and focused. So at that point, I really realized that something was wrong with with what we were doing with gifted education. So I'm pretty good. I think I've gotten well versed at recognizing that, and I also saw it in the second school I taught in Georgia, my former school, and it was very similar because we had a very diverse population because of our proximity to the military installation. We had children from all walks of life from various countries. However, again, in the classrooms, the gifted population did not represent the diversity that was represented in our school overall. Also, I think I've mastered working or have a cultural competence in working with students from diverse backgrounds because, again, I taught in a military community and it afforded me the opportunity to work with a variety of cultures. There were students from Pakistan, Iraq, Nigeria. At the end of the year, toward the end of the year, I had a student come in from Cuba and she spoke absolutely no English. Her father didn't speak any English, her mother didn't speak any English. So, as a result of the diversity we had within our school community, I had to be aware of cultural differences. Students from Pakistan and Iraq, I had to be very careful about the literature that I chose and the things that I was saying in the classroom and the activities that the students engaged in. My future plans are to address the underrepresentation of culturally diverse students and teachers in gifted education programs, and to assist teachers in understanding the challenges and barriers that racially and culturally diverse students face. Again, I've worked in many schools with little minority presence in gifted education, and that's not just student presence, but also teacher presence. Because at my former school, we had 12 teachers. There were three teachers per grade level. Sorry, four teachers per grade level that were the gifted education teachers. And of those teachers, only two were minorities. So when our minority students, I know they saw that. I know that that stood out to them So I think it's important for minority students to have teachers who look like them and who understand their barriers. And it's also important for other teachers to have someone that they can rely on to assist with cultural awareness, because there are certain things in Hispanic culture that I don't understand. And a Hispanic teacher would be able to help me understand those challenges and barriers that Hispanic students may face. So I think it's very, very important for gifted education to have a plethora of teachers, a diverse group of teachers. Networking and collaboration. I would like to tap into my resources to further to further cultural awareness, to help students with social aspects, cultural aspects, inside and outside the classroom. So, one organization or two organizations that I would like to collaborate with are my sorority, Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, and Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, because they have youth and auxiliary groups that have a focus on social and cultural awareness. One group is the Amiquettes, and the Amiquettes participate in various social and cultural activities, and this would offer the opportunity for young ladies to excel spiritually, socially, educationally, and culturally. Now, understand that Zeta Phi Beta does not discriminate, neither does Phi Beta Sigma. Neither neither organization discriminates on basis color, race. I mean, sorry, race, creed, religion. The Arcanettes also participate in community outreach programs. They do things like oratorical contests, feeding the homeless, educational workshops, and they embrace ideas of scholarship, service, and leadership in the community. Another person that I would like to, oh, I'm so sorry. I skipped the National Beta Club Foundation. And this is a foundation that teaches young men leadership skills, helps enhance education. They get business training and development, and they also focus on social and cultural awareness for our male youth. Kawana McMichael Esquire is a parent who helped me last year. She is a trial attorney, and she helped me with my mentoring program. And she was able to help my students, my mentees, with understanding the challenges she faced as an African American attorney in a male dominated profession, but also, in a profession that is predominantly white. Not many, or not a lot of black women are trial attorneys. So I'd like to tap into that resource or use her to help with um, my gifted young ladies. And again, no discrimination here on basis of race. So overall, in this class, I've learned a great deal about um, just the challenges, the barriers that racially and culturally diverse students face. And I look forward to growing. I still have a lot to learn, I think, and I look forward to putting some of the things that we've used in class into practice.